guys, today I'm going to be doing a foundation collection video for you guys, and I'm really excited to be doing this video because if y'all don't know already, I love to buy foundations. It's one of my guilty pleasures when it comes down to makeup. Other from lipstick, it's one of my favorite makeup items, and I've accumulated quite a lot. I just counted and I think I have like 16 foundations. And when I say foundations, I include BB creams because I do use BB creams as foundations as well. Alright, I also want to mention that these foundations that I will be talking about, I have reviews on all of them, if not most of them. And for the ones that I don't have reviews on yet, those will be coming. I'm trying to get them up so that I can do reviews, a month of reviews from I think like January to February. I want to do a month of review where every Sunday I will have a foundation where I review, and by foundation I also mean BB cream. So let me just get started. The first thing I want to mention also is that I have oily skin. So how I'll be doing this video is I'll be ranking my foundations from my least favorite to my most favorite. But I just wanted to point out that I have oily skin so that you guys can know that the foundations that I have rated like best for me is only because they don't cause me to get more oily, or they're oil free or stuff like that. So if you're dry skin, my recommendations might be different. So in my description box I'll have a list of all the foundations I talked about. However, down below I'm going to be putting an asterisk beside the ones that don't actually match my skin tone, but however they're still in my collection, so I just mix them with other foundations to use them. I want to make note of that so that you guys can know that those aren't my foundation shades. So if you're looking for a reference, for instance, I have my MAC in NC50 and you want to know what color you could wear in the other foundations that I have in my collection, you can make reference to that. So yeah, to start the video, I just want to start off with two foundations that are not going to be in the ranking pool just because I just got them and I haven't really used them, and I'm not going to be using them for now because, as I said before, I have like 16 foundations or more and I don't want to have all of them open at once because they're going to expire all at once or whatever. So the first two that I have, and I'm pretty sure this is my exact shade because it is the last shade in the e.l.f. foundations, and I actually have an e.l.f. foundation already and I have it in the shade Coco, and this also is in Coco, and this is just the HD Mattifying cream foundation and it says it's oil free. So I'm really excited to use this, but I'm trying not to use it until I actually finish one or so of my foundations that I already have open. And the second one is the Covergirl All Day Flawless 3-in-1 foundation. I've heard so many good things about this one. I'm not really sure if this is my skin tone. I tried to do it on my face, but I can't like do one side of my face and tell if a foundation match. I have to do my whole face and then probably sit with the foundation to see how it oxidizes on my skin. But those are those two foundations, so I don't have anything to say about them because I haven't used them. Alright, also the other products that are not in the foundation ranking is my BB creams, but I am mentioning them in this foundation video because I do use them as foundations. So the first one is the Maybelline Dream Fresh BB cream, and I have two of them. I have one in deep sheer tint and one in, what's it, medium deep sheer tint, and deep sheer tint is actually my skin tone. And I don't know what to say about these. I don't love them. They're not my favorite. They don't cover any acne scarring or anything. The only reason why I use them on a daily basis is just because they have SPF 30 in it, and that's a lot of SPF. So I use it every day. I would recommend this if you have hyperpigmentation or spots or acne scars on your skin. It does not cover anything. The only thing I would say it does is that it moisturizes and also helps to prevent sunburns. That's it. But it's also great to use under foundations as well because it doesn't really have, as I said, it doesn't have much coverage, so it's good to use under foundations. My favorite BB cream is this Kiss BB cream that I recently got, that I will have a foundation review coming up on this one as well. And let me tell you guys, I don't know why they call this a BB cream. It's literally like a foundation. It covers like nobody's business. It says it's an 18-in-1 BB cream, and it says it's supposed to be a concealer, foundation, moisturizer, a whole bunch of stuff. Y'all will see in that video, but I'm telling you guys, I really love this foundation, and I am in the shade medium dark. Did I call this a foundation? It's a BB cream, sorry. Alright, so now into the foundations itself. This is where the ranking is going to start from my least favorite to my most favorite. So my least favorite foundation is this Vital foundation, and it is in the color Coco Beige. As you guys can see, this is definitely not my skin tone. This is way darker. It's only not my favorite because it's not my skin tone and I can only use it to contour, and I can't tell you guys if this prevents oil or black sun or anything. So it's my least favorite because all I do is use it to contour, but it's really great for a really dramatic contour because, as you can see, it's darker than me, really darker. So it's great for that, and because it's liquid, it blends out really nice. So that's all I have to say about that foundation. My next least favorite foundation is this Milani Cream to Powder Makeup, and this is my least favorite. Again, I'll have a review coming up on this, but this is my least favorite just because I don't think I really like cream to powder foundations. What this does is if I have any dry patches, it kind of sticks to the dry patches and just, I don't know, it just doesn't make me look nice and flawless like how liquid foundations do. It just sticks on to like my dark spots, or like if I have any dry patches or anything like that. The good thing about this is that I don't really get oily when I use this, and I don't really have to use a powder also when I use this. So I would say that's probably just the pros of it. Not really oily, don't have to use a powder or anything, but it's not my favorite. And as you can see, I don't think I got a lot of product because I have not used this a lot. This is one of my first foundations that I bought when I was starting out with makeup, and I hit pan and I haven't even been using it a lot. So I don't really think you get a lot of product in this. My next least favorite foundation is also another newer purchase, and this is the NYX Stay Matte But Not Flat foundation. So again, I'll have a review coming up on this, but this foundation, at first when it goes on, it looks like ghostly on the skin, but once it oxidizes, it gets pretty nice and stuff. But it's really good once it's oxidized. I have to say that it's really good once it's oxidized, because it's oil free and I think it's water based, so it's really good. But it's in the bottom tier because usually after I put on foundation, it's just time for me to head out of the house. I don't have time to be looking ghostly or anything like that, so I don't have time to sit and wait like a half an hour to an hour for this to oxidize. So it's at the bottom for me. The next one is my Black Opal True Color foundation, and this is where it's gonna get tough because these shouldn't really even be in the bottom, because these were one of my first foundations, and I have two of them. I have it in Truly Topaz and Nutmeg. So Truly Topaz is my highlighting color, and I actually use it to highlight today, and Nutmeg is for my all over face. So these are only in the bottom again because they are oily, and that they really have a heavy coverage. They're really great foundations. I have so much good things to say about them, but they're only in the bottom just because they make me more oily than I already am. But I guess if you set this with a good powder, you can definitely use these foundations. Long wearing, I don't know if I would say that they're long wearing. I guess if you really set them and use a setting spray and stuff like that, you could get some use out of them. But they're just in my bottom just because they're oily. Alright, so the next foundation is the e.l.f. Flawless Finish foundation, and this foundation again is one of the foundations that I absolutely love. It actually should be in the top tier, but it's not up there because it has, while it is a great foundation, it has a lot of cons behind it. So the reason why I love it a lot is just because it's the only foundation other from the one that I have in the top of my foundation collection that makes me look skin like. I don't look cake face whatsoever. Even though it's heavy coverage, I don't look cake face. I look so natural, you can't even tell. It looks like I just have a second layer of skin on my face. So I love this foundation, and it's my most reach for, but just not for everyday wear, just not if I'm going to be running errands. It's not a running errands foundation. It's not a stay out all day foundation. It's a going to the movies foundation. We're going to be in the AC and it's cool, and by the time you get out it's a night and you won't be looking greasy and stuff. So the cons about this foundation is it transfers really bad. I don't think it lasts more than 3 hours, and it's oily. Those are my 3 cons, and that's the reason why it has to be in the bottom. But other from that, this is a great foundation. For me, I look so skin-like. It looks like I just put on a second layer of skin when I wear this foundation. So I absolutely love it, and I already have a review upon this. You guys can go and see how it actually looks on my face if you want to. My next 2 foundations is the Loreal True Match, and I have 2 shades. I have one in N7 and N8. The Loreal True Match is in my favorite. At first I was just like, I don't really know about this foundation, but I really grew to love it because it is kind of like light to medium coverage for me personally, because I have acne scarring and stuff. I can't say anything bad about this foundation. It doesn't make me oily. It doesn't really transfer that bad. By the time you blend it out, it's like powder on your face. I don't really have anything bad to say about it, and I think the main emphasis for L'Oreal is that it's supposed to match your skin really well, and this color called N8 Cappuccino matches me to a T. Like when I wear this, I really look really nice. So I don't have much bad to say about that foundation, but again, I have a review coming up on that one. The next one is my Revlon Colorstay foundation, and this one is in 400 caramel, and it is the combination and oily skin one, and this one is my 3rd favorite foundation. Just because it's the 3rd, just because number 1, it doesn't have SPF in it. Very long wearing, it's lightweight, it's full coverage for me. I don't have anything bad to say about this foundation. I really don't have anything bad to say about it. It's only like these are my next top 3. These are my top 3 foundations. I'll talk about the other 2 shortly, but these are my top 3 foundations. It was hard kind of ranking them in top 3 because they are my favorite. If I was supposed to, my house was burning down and it said pick 3 foundations, these are the 3 foundations I would pick. The next one is my MAC foundation, the Studio Fix foundation in NC50. It's not my top favorite foundation. It's very, very comparable to the Revlon Colorstay. They're so comparable that they even smell alike. The only thing is that the Revlon Colorstay smells a little stronger than the MAC foundation. And the MAC foundation also has SPF 15 in it, so that's why I put it above my Revlon Colorstay. But for price point, this is cheaper. This is about $10 or less, and this is like $27. My number 1 favorite foundation, and it's the cheapest foundation that I own. I think it's like $4 or $5, and I actually have a review on this. I'm gonna link all the reviews that I have down below. And it is my Black Radiance foundation in Rum Spice, and that is the foundation that I'm wearing today outside of my highlighted areas. And y'all can see this matches my skin complexion to a T. I don't really get oily with this. I don't really have to set it that well. If I wear it alone, I won't get really oily. I don't have to do anything for it to look good. I don't know what else to say. I just really love this foundation. The only downfall is that it doesn't have SPF in it. But other from that, I don't really mind some foundation not having SPF, because once a foundation has SPF in it, I find that I tend to look white when I take flash photography. And that's what happens with my MAC foundation. When I take flash with this, oh, that's the downfall of this. I was trying to remember what I don't like about this. You don't take flash in this foundation, you're gonna look crazy. Do not take flash in this foundation. It does not look good. And I would say overall it doesn't really photograph well. I could take a picture outside of flash and I can still, my face, I don't know how to explain it, but it's not a flawless look when I take pictures in this foundation. I don't know if it's just me, but I've tried it many times. I even took like a passport picture in this, and I'm telling you, my face like a hot mess. Okay, but it is in my top 2 because because of that, it's my everyday foundation. Just because it has SPF, it's long wearing, it's a really good foundation. But for photography, no boo. But this, if you want to hear me ramble about this some more, you need to click the review down below, because I love this foundation, and as I said before, I'm wearing it today. So that's it for my foundation collection video. As I said before, any foundation that hasn't had a review up already, I will definitely have an in-depth review. In my reviews, I tend to add like not only a review, but I add a demo, so that in the demo you guys can see what I put under the foundation and what I use to apply the foundation, for you to determine how you like the foundation. And I also want to remind you guys that I do have oily skin, so my favorites might not be your favorites.